Very good evening, friends. I am Nalnakshi Swami, welcoming to my channel Smart Index Edge. Today, I want to share something very personal. There are days in trading where your strategy works, and then there are days where it feels like magic. This was one of the days. Actually, it was an hopeless phase. It was expiry, and it is an expiry day. Of course, expiry is over. Market was drifting lower, slowly, painfully. The sentiment was heavy and almost accepted the reality. Okay, this is going to expire at the bottom. The 24,600 CE, it had fallen to 36. From decent levels, it had collapsed, and I was thinking, that's it will expire worthless. That silent pain every option buyer knows, watching premium melt, time decay, eating everything, confidence slowly draining. The structure was still there, but here is the difference. Even when my emotions were weak, my rolling pivot was not. Price was hovering below resistance, testing, falling, but structure was compressing. Compression always precedes expansion, and then a magic happened. 2, 3, 2, 2 p.m., 3 minutes, the game changer. 2 minute candle, 2 minute candle, just one. Didn't politely cross resistance. It penetrated everything. It sliced through pivots, it attacked R1, and it didn't just touch R1, it closed above it. That is the beauty. It was authority. That moment, the entire scenario changed. What that candle actually meant, when price penetrates pivot and R1 and does it with momentum, it is not retail buying. It is initiative buying, it is short covering, it is trapped sellers running for exit. That one candle told me the structure has shifted, the expiry narrative flipped, the explosion. 24,600 call option from 44 to 633 in just 3 minutes. Look here, look here. The candle, the bottom is 44 rupees and blasting to 136 rupees. This is how single 3 minute candle from 44 to 136. Imagine almost 90 points. That means 180, nearly 180 points in a underlying. If I go to the Nifty, you can see over here at the same time, Nifty rallied from 24,621 to 24,740. This was the gamma blast. Friends, actually, what happened? It was an history. It was an history. This hopeless call option, which was about to expire worthless, it shined like anything, finally closed, made an high of 268 to 270, and then closed around 264. Don't you think it is magic? It is a bumper lottery on expiry day. That is the zero to hero trade. This was possible only with my rolling pivot indicator. You can see over here, this is the game changer when it blasts. 2 minutes candle is blasting above the S1 pivot and R1. This is an indication that big player is in. Later, next level it moved to 149 and consolidated, came back to 122 and then slowly moved higher to the next level to making the high of 286 to 305. This is the magic, friends. See, you can see if I place the cursor, it has made an high of 305. Where 34, where 305. This is how the market is. So that is not luck. It is positioning that trap money fueling a move. That is what happens when R1 breaks with force on expiry. What most traders saw premium at 36, assumed zero, gave up. Even me also gave up. I thought it is going to go worthless. They might have closed their position. But structure never lies. Price memory never lies. Pivot logic never lies. Why I call my rolling pivot a magic wand, because it doesn't predict, it prepares, it tells you where compression is happening, where energy is building, where decision candle must appear. And when that decision candle comes, you are not shocked, you are ready. Your deep lesson is markets are not random, they move from memory to memory. When R1 breaks with conviction on expiry, it becomes fuel, it becomes ignition, it becomes a squeeze. And that squeeze created a 3x move in minutes. The emotional, I'd almost lost hope. I'd mentally accepted defeat. But the market doesn't care about emotions, it respects structure. And that 2 p.m. 3-minute candle reminded me, never trade your fear, trade your framework. So, friends, final takeaway is, if price compresses near R1, if structure holds, if one wide range candle closes above, be alert. That is not a candle, that is a signal. This was not magic, it was structure, compression. Break of R1 is initiative buying, not only the R1. I've applied my market memory POC. This is the POC and value area high and value area low, and this candle crossing the value area high. Value area high and closing above that, that is initiative buying from the big player. Not only R1, rolling pivot R1, and even the market memory was telling that initiative buying has been, this is the big player money, big money has forced into this. Otherwise, this type of move, a single candle, that 2 minute candle, rallying from 44 to 136 is highly impossible. This is backed by the big money. So when it is backed by the big money, it crosses all the boundaries. It crossed all the boundaries. You can see even everything changed. Everything. It was falling like anything. You can see over here all sell signals. All these sellers were trapped. All these sellers were trapped, squashed. I can say they were squashed. This happened in fraction of seconds. It is an algo trade, friends. It is an algo trade. Why did it happen? Because it happened because the market came. Let me enable my Nalini EMA indicator, because the market came down to the level. This is the previous monthly low. They monthly buyers, they defended, they feared it may fall, they defended this level, and it was a very huge reversal. And moreover, expiry took place one day earlier because of the holy tomorrow. Tomorrow is holy. Instead of Tuesday, expiry has taken place. So the market moved down. How much? Till how long did it move down? It moved up to 2 p.m. Where is the hope? It moved up to the 2 p.m. This call option broke below, 24,008, and opening level, it break below and it came down. This is the thing, friends. You see, sometimes you should not lose hopes, and only the rolling pivot and my market memory POC able to capture this move and capture this change. See, without the indicator, it was very hard to guess. Very hard to guess this type of move is coming and you will not be. So if I apply the indicator, you can see crossing the boundary and crossing. These are all the sellers. Sellers are squashed like mosquitoes. They have been squashed. They have been hit by a mosquito repellent, like a mosquito repellent. If you hit the mosquito repellent, all the mosquitoes will get squashed. That was like that. The big money squashed everything, moved ahead. This was an indication. At that time, you can see the movement, how the price aligned itself above the R1 and the point of control and the value area high, all together pointing towards the big move. Thank you very much, friends. Nalnakshi Swami signing off. And this happens once in a while. Zero hero happened. Zero hero happened in the market, and market closed around 24,865. And it doesn't mean that market has changed its direction. No, it has not changed its direction, because I'm showing you on the daily time frame. It fell below this level, and it was just a pullback. It may continue one more day. The pullback may continue. It is not reversal, friends. Actually, market is trying to move lower. It is trying to move lower. If you see over here, one fine day it can break this level also, 24,307, or it can come down to 24,307. If everything settles, yes, some reversal can happen in the market. But it is not a reversal, friends. Today, it's a magic trade which happened for them. People would have made money like anything if they would have caught this. With the rolling pivot is a real game changer for your trade. Rolling pivot reversal magic is a game changer, and market memory POC is a game changer. So how it helped you to take the trade, friends? If the call option, if it rallies from 35 to 305, just imagine how much percentage it might have rallied. So even a single lot from this area to here, it has given 257, 257. Some players are multiple lot players. Actually, it is like a boon for them into 65. Just imagine, single lot gave you this much. Single lot gave you this much. That's what I'm telling you. 216,000. Am I right? Let me check again. 257 into 65. What a lottery it is. 16,000. 16,000, friends. This is how sometimes you get to enter into this type of, see how big money has forcefully entered, crunching everything, piercing through the R1. This is a clear indication you could have gone long. Thank you very much. Nalnakshi Swami signing off.